pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
That was a little montage I put together of my recent trip to Maui. A few weeks ago, the team at Dehancer reached out to me and asked if I would review their product. And I said, of course. So today we're gonna dive into Dehancer, what the product's all about, what I liked about it, some of the things I didn't care for so much. And if you do decide to use the product, I have a link in the description. If you use the code TheJGLife, you'll also get 10% off on your purchase. So yeah, let's get into Dehancer and see what it's all about. Number one, before we dive into the specifics of the product, let's define what Dehancer is. Dehancer is a film emulation plugin designed to give your footage the authentic real film look. And it's compatible with DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, and After Effects. And they also have over 60 film profiles to choose from. And each one of those give you that authentic, unique film look. They also have other effects as well, such as film grain, halation, bloom, film breath, damage, and overscan. So you have a lot of creative control if you want to achieve that cinematic look. And now that you have a high-level understanding of what Dehancer is, let's dive into some of those individual characteristics. When I started creating the project of the Maui recap, the first thing I did was bring in Dehancer on an adjustment layer. And then from there, within the input section, I was able to select my camera type as well as the camera body. So you're able to really drill down on the accuracy of the type of footage you're working with. And then from there, I selected the film profile, as I just mentioned previously before. There's so many to choose from, and each one have a different flair, but I really enjoyed Fujicolor Superior 1600, and that's what I decided to go with in this project. I really liked the look and feel that it gave me within the project. Then from there, I selected the film print, and the film print that I went with was Fujifilm 3513. I really loved the characteristics that added to the footage, and you have a lot of creative control with this print as well. You're able to adjust the target white, the exposure, tonal contrast, color density, saturation. So you have a lot of control over the look and feel you want to give to the footage. And then from there, I selected the film grain, and this is really where I thought Dehancer shined, in my personal opinion. They actually reproduce and integrate the grains into your footage naturally, rather than simply just overlaying them like a lot of other products do. This feature I really enjoyed using. It adds to that genuine filmic quality that's true, in those Hollywood movies. And you have several options to work with. You've got an 8mm, 35mm, and 65mm. I went with the 35mm. I really enjoyed how that looked within the project. They also have halation that you can add. I didn't add it on this particular project. Halation adds that kind of distinct glow to footage and mimics a lot of the unique lighting that we see in Hollywood films. I did add blooming, which, softens the highlights and kind of gives that ethereal look within your footage. I added that to my project as well and really liked that. I really thought that enhanced the visual appeal of the project. I also wanted to mention Dehancer also has an app, a mobile app, which I played around with a little bit as well. They have a variety of presets, which are perfect when you want to make those quick edits when you're away from your computer, or if you want to drop some social media content. You can also edit those presets, and the characteristics you're able to edit are, things such as exposure, saturation, color density, target white. Now I wanted to get into the pros and cons of Dehancer, the things I liked and some of the things I didn't like. As far as the pros, Dehancer I felt really speeds up your workflow. It offers a lot of in-depth and extensive creative control. I felt like the film grain effect was really well done. It's fantastic. I'll definitely continue to use that in the future. It gives a sense of realism that I haven't seen with a lot of other products. As far as some of the things that could be drawbacks for the product, some cons for the product, the log to Rec 709 conversion wasn't the greatest. I think the ideal workflow is to use a conversion LUT and then start editing within Dehancer rather than converting that footage within Dehancer. So the log to Rec 709 conversion was not the greatest. I felt like that was a con. Another con is it takes up a good amount of size on your computer. So that's something to keep in mind. But overall, my overall verdict on Dehancer is, despite those minor drawbacks, it's a fantastic tool. I'll definitely continue to use it in the future. I love the cinematic feel that you're able to produce within your projects. You can tell they've put a lot of time and effort into really trying to nail down that authentic Hollywood look, and I think they've achieved that. So if you do want to purchase Dehancer, I have a link in the description. Use the code TheJGLife and you'll get an additional 10% off on your purchase. I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a good day, and I'll catch you all in the next video.